Once you peep game and you realize that people are really just around to speculate and to prey on your downfall, you'll stop caring about people's opinions. You won't share your business anymore, and you'll become extremely, extremely private. And I don't know about y'all, but once I realize someone is studying me instead of supporting me, and they're trying to hide behind the title of a friendship or a family connection or an ally, I really like to turn stuff up. I like to turn it up. And what I do is I lie. I start to lie to them. I don't tell them the truth. I'll tell them half truths. I'll omit certain things. Or I'll just completely become private to the point where most people don't even know what's happening in my life. Being studied is a really horrible thing to have to deal with, especially when you are navigating this world. And, this is all our first time here. So none of us are perfect. We are all trying to figure this thing called life out. And it is not fair that because some of us have a little bit more beauty than others, or some of us may have a little bit more light and maybe more attractive, mentally as well as physically. It's not fair that because of that factor, we have to deal with more people studying us and perceiving us and watching us than the average person. And I think I'm going to make a Pretty Girl Problems or Pretty Girl Strategies playlist on here. I'm going to add some old videos in that playlist and include this one, and then just continue to make videos about Pretty Girl Strategies and Pretty Girl Problems, because this is something that we need to implement and practice and be aware of more and more. When you are being studied, people are trying to use their proximity to you as a way to get intel on your life. As I began growing into myself, as I began to maximize my beauty, looks max, as I began to grow in my career, I became more financially stable, I got engaged, I noticed that people are fishing and digging and scavenging, I don't even know if that's a word, for intel on my life. And I realized, oh my goodness, you're not my friend actually. You just start trying to get the sauce. You're trying to come up on my come up. You're trying to ride my coattails. You're trying to understand how I do what I do so you can go replicate it. This isn't actually a friendship. This isn't actually a genuine love interest. This isn't actually a genuine family connection and tie. This is speculation. This is you studying me. People can even do this through social media, so it doesn't have to be just in person and with people strangers or people who are just acquaintances and you guys maybe only connect online. They do this as well. Parasocial relationships are real. People become obsessed. They have to study every minor detail, every item of clothing you have on. They have to go search it up and see if it's designer, if it's expensive. Oh, what car is she driving? Oh, they try to use every little clue that you may drop on your social media as to where you are, what you drive, what you do, who your man is, and run and go try to find these things and discover these things and uncover these things. But once I noticed this, it's game on, ladies. And this is what I want to talk about with you all. It needs to be game on with these people. The more successful you become, the more private you'll have to become as well. The more the money comes in, the more the privacy needs to come in. The more love that comes into your life, the more progression in your relationship with your man. Maybe you guys get engaged and you're engaged to be married. Once you're married, all of that needs to be covered with privacy. The more you grow in your career, the more you find stability at your job or in your workplace or in your passion projects that bring you money, the more you need to be private, the more you need to be hushed. Because guess what? Monitoring spirits cannot do anything with someone who does not share anything. Which is why I'm sure a lot of you can relate. When you stop talking about certain things, a lot of people fell off. When you stop sharing stuff, when you stop being such an open book, you lost friends. Nobody's calling you like that anymore. People call you less and less. I wonder why. When you grow in your abundance, when prosperity is flowing in, blessings are flowing in, and you are beautiful on top of it, you have to be double careful. You have to be so much more cautious because there are so many people who are studying your life, studying how you move, studying the things that you do, your hobbies, your man, your home life, your finances. People pocket watch. People pocket watch, not only just your family and friends, people on the internet. If they perceive you to have money, they're pocket watching. They're trying to see what bag you have on today, what shoes you got on, where you getting your stuff. And people start to feel some type of way because you present well. And you might not even be the type of person to drop $1,000 on an outfit. Maybe you are a baddie on a budget. Maybe you shop at Pretty Little Thing and Fashion Nova and Shein. That's okay. As long as you could put that stuff on and look good, who cares? But because you make your life look so good, people are always going to be, oh, where'd she get that from? Oh, who does she think she is? Oh, money must be good on this side. Oh, wow, what's going on here? Perceiving, studying. And then you have the more sinister studying where people want to be close to you and use the friendship they have with you to understand how you win so much. And you have to understand, people and family and friends like this, they don't actually like you. They just realize that you cracked the code in some way, shape, or form, and they need the code cracked for themselves. And if we want to throw another layer on that, when you're dealing with an envious person, not only do they want to crack the code for themselves and study you to get it, they also want to destroy you once they have it. They want to completely swap with you once they have it. And don't be like me. When I was younger, I would give people so many passes. I would give people so much benefit of the doubt, and I would keep people around and be like, oh no, she's not weird. She didn't actually mean that. I would give people so many passes when the signs that they were trying to swap lives with me or compete with me or study me to become me were always there. Don't be like me. You know what I'm saying? If I would have cut these people off sooner, I feel like a lot of them would have fallen on their face and they would have realized they can't play with me. But unfortunately, some people have gotten away with it in the past. You never want someone to be close to you simply so that they can study you, because that is not a genuine friendship, that is not a genuine love interest, and that is not genuine family. So my strategy to combating these types of people who only want to be in your life to study you and understand what's going on in your life and just want to have some type of entertainment to go talk about and gossip about, become private, become so boring to them, and become such a gray rock that they have to move along. That is the antidote. When people are around just to study you, you have to become extremely private. And I hate to say it, but even the closest people to me, I've had to do this on, because you'll be surprised when you start to elevate past people's comfortability scale, when you start to elevate past people's threshold for you. Who are they to put thresholds on anybody? But when you elevate past those things, my God, people start acting unusual. And it's like, wow, I thought you were my best friend. I thought we were sisters. I thought we were best cousins, sister cousins. What happened? What happened? I thought you were my grandmother. I thought, you're the matriarch in the family. You should be happy for me. You should be cheering for me. You should be congratulating me. You should be supporting me. What do you mean you're only calling to see if I failed? And that's when I doo-doo and block real quick. Because I don't need that in my life. I will become the most boring person in a blink of an eye. This is something that I've mastered, I would say, over the last 2 years. I've practiced it enough to say that I've kind of mastered the art of being boring to people and being perceived as like nothing really special is going on with her, because I realized very, very early on in my adult life, as I started to progress and come up out of a lot of things that were tying me down and holding me down, oh, you people are only around to see me fail. You only are staying around here to watch me fall on my face, or you're only studying me and hanging around me to pick up on the sauce and to get an idea of who you should be through me. You're using me for character development. Cool. So now, as I've gotten older, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna share anything with you guys. I'm going to become so boring. I want you to think I have nothing going on. My life is stagnant. I want you to think all of the things. Yep. Every time you call me, oh, so girl, how's everything? How's life? Oh, same old girl, you know, slow motion, hanging in there. Whatever you got to say to these people. But, you know, you don't give people intel into your life, because even the closest people to you who you think want the best for you and have your back, familiarity breeds contempt. So unfortunately, if they're always around you, if you're always on the phone, if they always hearing about how you're elevating here and how you're doing this and how you're successful at that and how you're killing it at work in this, they're going to start to hate you for it. I don't care how long you knew her. I don't care how close you thought you were. I don't care how much of a family tie you thought you had with this person. At the end of the day, people are people before they're your friends and before they're your family. And people and human nature and instinct is to hate when they don't have that thing. Of course, unevolved people. We're not talking about people like us. Unevolved people, their knee-jerk reaction is to hate on you, to sabotage you, and to basically wish you fail. So when I realized people were studying me to watch me fail or hoping that I would fall on my face, I literally became the most boring person. Yeah, nothing's really going on, you know, same old. I didn't really do nothing this weekend. Just hang out, you know, just chilling. Whole time this weekend, I was working on my business. I was putting together proposals and launching things and learning new skills. I was locked in this weekend, but guess who would never know? You. You will never know. Ever, sis. You will never know what I have going on. Because when you did know what I had going on, you were waiting for me to fail. You were throwing word curses at it. You were gossiping about me. Oh, who does she think she is? Oh, that shit ain't gonna go nowhere. Okay, well, now I am the grayest rock that ever lived. Now I'm gonna gray rock you, and you're never gonna know what I have going on. And you're gonna think in your little bird brain that I'm a loser and I'm failing at life because I'm not telling you anything that I'm winning at. But the joke is on you, because I am moving smarter now. Beautiful women who have high potential, high callings on their life, who are highly successful and who are moving upward, have upward mobility, have to understand you cannot talk about everything with everyone. Privacy is your biggest weapon, because what they don't know, they cannot destroy. What they don't know, they cannot sabotage. What they don't know, they cannot ruin. Which is why I love my private life. Me and my man are so locked in, like we are two peas in a pod. We love being to ourselves. He does not like being out in the elements, being around my female friends. We love staying to ourselves, being private, and being low key. Because a low key life is a good life. A private life is a good life, because there is no one with eyes on you to try to ruin or sabotage anything. So ladies, drop down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on, becoming more successful and the need to be private as you grow into your success. I'd love to hear your thoughts and stories down below. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box, so you can share your stories with me there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.